Hey everyone, this morning I stopped at the Frankenstein Collectors Show in California, and my favorite booth, Toy Arena, had a bunch of new stuff in stock, so I did pick up quite a bit of it. I'm going to be reviewing that throughout the day today. We're going to start with two of the new Andor figures. So we have the Imperial Officer Dark Times and the Imperial Officer Ferrix. There's a lot of reuse here, which is why these were the first to release from the wave. It's much easier to put out reuse than brand new sculpts. We do see the arm of the Shore Trooper here, which is number 3 in the line. That one is not one that came home with me today. I'll probably be getting that later down the line to complete the mural. On the back, we see a generic blurb about the show, and then the sticker here, this white sticker, just shows that it was imported from Hong Kong. The store that I bought it for will fly a few cases of these over to get them early rather than waiting for the other tens of thousands of them to come on a ship, so that's how they get here in the US so early. And right while I was editing this video, a new Andor trailer dropped at the D23 Expo, and we see this Imperial officer in a little bit clearer image than we've seen before, so that's kind of where we see where he fits in the show. So he's going to look great surrounded by a bunch of those Phase 2 clones on your shelf. I'm really excited about this figure because this little coat that he's wearing, this raincoat, is the same one that Director Krennic wears in Rogue One. It's actually a different color, obviously. Krennic's was white, but I think this would make for a really awesome custom. Now, in one of the preview images we saw for this figure, we see his cloak kind of floating out like this, but there is no kind of flexibility or way to do that here. It's actually glued together at that point, or it's just one sculpt. So I don't know how they managed to do that for the picture, but it feels a little bit misleading. I thought that maybe the edges of the cloak could clip underneath the chest piece in some way to kind of hold it open, but I don't really see that being an option here, so I'm not really sure what was going on there. Looking at the rest of the figure here, I believe this kind of skirt piece is new, and then looking at the legs, we do see the 2 pins in the leg, just hinting at the fact that this is a bit of an older sculpt and not a new mold. I was a little disappointed to see that the hat is glued to the head. It's all just one piece, but it does create a much cleaner look. It just reduces the amount of kind of customizing that you can do with this figure, but it also prevents the head from looking kind of weird shaped in order to fit neatly under the hat. New Imperial sculpts are always awesome, especially officers, and I think that this guy is just going to look so good on my shelf. I'm really excited about the look of this figure, although in terms of accessories, he only does come with this little bit of a blaster here, a little pistol. Hopefully this will be accurate to what we see in the show when that comes out in a couple weeks. This figure is going to go on my shelf as is, but I just wanted to see if the raincoat would fit. That way I know whether or not to get a second one. I was a little surprised to see that it is actually glued to the shoulders here instead of being able to just kind of pop off easily, so I think it will still be removable. It just may leave a little bit of residue on the figure underneath, so I don't really want to take that risk right now. Gluing the cloak down does make it sit nicely on the shoulders. I know some of us have these figures, kind of like the Calcesses with the poncho, or other ones like that do make it a little bit difficult to sit properly. But I will make another video down the line showing the customization process because I do really want to use this as Krennic's raincoat. Next we have another Imperial officer that we see in the trailer. I think this was in the teaser trailer early on. It is the Imperial Officer Ferrix, which I think we all think is a planet in the new show, or at least a city that we will be seeing our characters in. This is a lot of reuse from the Mud Trooper from Solo, which I have no problem with because it is quite accurate to the actual character design. The helmet and goggles are removable. They come off very easily, which is nice because certain figures that have the chin straps, such as the Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder look, it's actually very tricky to get that off without feeling like you're going to rip the paint off of the face. The likeness I don't think is to anyone specific, at least no one that I saw in the trailer. Maybe this character is someone that we will get a few seconds of screen time of, but I think it's just a generically designed head. We're going to get the goggles and helmet back on so we can compare the sculpt to the Han Solo Mud Trooper. This, no surprise, is identical. The Han Solo one, of course, comes with a couple extra accessories like the gas mask and the cape, so let's take those off so we can just look at the raw sculpt here. The helmet on the Imperial officer on the left does feel a little bit different. You can see that the window where the face is a little bit more square, but in the show it actually is more accurate to the one on the right, which just means that this helmet got a little bit squished in the packaging, but it's nothing that a little bit of hot water won't fix. We do see a little bit of metal detail. On the one on the left, we have some buckles on the back of the helmet, as well as the rivets on the side of the helmet, so it's nice to see those painted. There is a little bit of a difference in the chin strap as well, so we are looking at pretty much the exact same figure here, but you know what, this is reuse done right. It is accurate to the show, and it is great to get Imperial variety on the shelf, especially for those that aren't really into customizing and don't want to be painting up a Han Solo Mud Trooper to make it look like the one on the left. Speaking of customizing, I think it could be cool later down the line to put one of the Mud Trooper capes on this guy, maybe paint it black so it matches. I wonder if we will get a deluxe version of this down the line with a riot shield and maybe an alternate head. I think that would be a great convention exclusive, but I did get two other new new figures today, so stay tuned right here on the channel if you would like to see those. Click that subscribe button and ding the bell if you want to be notified as soon as I post. Please like this video if you haven't already. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you all next time.